We are shed hunting. She's on the phone. Zoe's giving up.
Okay, sounds
And look
good.
at that right there.
Thanks for all your time. I appreciate
Find
it.
the little antler.
Getting to town. Okay, thanks. Bye. Supposed to do that was on the phone. I couldn't see it because my sunglasses were. Okay, so like 30 seconds ago, you totally missed out on Schumer did a full. There was a bush she was trying to get over.
Zoe, come get this antler. Little four. Little four. Oh my goodness. That is the littlest four I've ever seen. Look at that sunset. Sunsetting over the bear's ears. Alright, I'm here in my messy shop. I'm starting the restoration of this antler set. The other one I'm going to leave pretty much exactly as it is, but this one I'm going to replace the points that are missing, the G2 and the brow tine. So I'm going through this pile of antlers, trying to find something that might be similar. I'm trying to figure, it's pretty tough because this one's got such blading on it that, and this one obviously from the shape of it you can see that it was bladed. It's probably not a huge point. I mean, it wouldn't be equal to the G3, but it's probably somewhere around in here. So the tough part is to try and find something that looks right. I thought about using that little tine right there because it's about the same shape as that one. But I'll walk through this process. Once I get it picked out, I'll put it on there and kind of show you how the process goes. Alright, so I've picked out a brow tine, drilled a hole, got a nail that's roughed up right there. It'll line up about right there. It'll take a little bit of blending, but that should match the other one pretty good. This one right here, same thing. This is take some play into where it'll look right, but same thing. I've got it drilled and pinned. Have to figure out how that's going to look the best. But that's where it is so far. Alright, here's round one. Here's the point that I repaired. I added the blading to match this side. It'll take some blending now. I just let it dry overnight, so it's got to dry for the rest of today, and then I can come back tonight. I've started filling in some of the worst of the cracking. Here's the eye guard repaired. Then we'll take some sanding. And then this one I just started doing some of the worst of the cracked areas. I repaired all the tips had been chewed on all of these. They've been pretty heavily chewed, so I added a little bit to each one of those, and then I'll sand them down a little bit. But That's the end of round 1. Alright, here they are, drying after round 2. As soon as they dry, I'll do some sanding on them and then on to step 3. Alright, well, here's stage 3. I've got them now to a uniform color, and I've covered up most of the cracking and the flaking from being chalky. I'll have to lightly sand it once it dries to get rid of a little bit of the remaining, but that gives me something to start with. I'm starting with the chalky antler. And that one right there is the tine that I replaced, the right side. This is the original tine that I was trying to match. Alright, here we are. Final step is just drying. I might go ahead and rub a little bit of the sheen off. I used satin polyurethane, so it shouldn't have much sheen. I don't want very much, but see, I used clear satin. But as soon as that dries, I'll show you how they turned out. So this right here is that 180 buck I did the contest about. I wanted to take a couple sets of antlers that were chalky. This is that great big set that I repaired. That tine was broken. That brow tine was broken right there, so these ones have been a struggle. I tried some different stain, and it just wouldn't stick to the antler. It was from a taxidermy place, but wouldn't stick, and I took it off so many times that I'm just not real happy with the results. These two, I mean, all 4 of these antlers were stained with the exact same stain in the end, and you can just see the difference in the color and the results just based off this set of antlers is slightly less chalky than that set of antlers was. I mean, they were both considered chalk and had some really nice cracks and splits in them and that. But that one was slightly better, and you can see by the results I like the color a lot better. It's a lot more natural. This one right here, I'm not near as happy with, but it is what it is. Can't really display them pure chalk either, so we'll see when I'm finished if I think it's good enough they could be displayed. I'll show you this in a minute. Tilt them up just a little bit in. There you go. That's so big. Anyway, here's the finished product with my antler model and lovely and gracious wife. She's real excited about this. So this is the tine that was broken. This one right here was broken off right there. Tried to match the blading from that antler to this one, and that brow tine right there was broken. These ones didn't turn out perfect. I tried 3 different times to put a different stain from a taxidermy place on it. It just would not stick. It would ball up and then crackle and fall off. Not sure why, but anyway, turn them side to side a little bit. That buck's just a stud. Alright, there's the first set. Alright, move them a little bit closer to each other. There, about like that. Anyway, this is that set that I did the contest on, the 180 set. I definitely like the color. This one came out a lot better. They were both about equally chalky, but for some reason this one just took the stain more naturally. I used the exact same stain on it. Turn them side to side a little bit. There you go. I didn't do any repair on this one. I could have repaired some of the tips, but I just left them. Anyway, that one turned out a lot better than the first one. Alright. Alright, I just wanted to do an update since I hadn't done a video in a little while. If there's some interest, I'm not completely satisfied with the antlers. The big set, I ordered stuff specifically from a taxidermy shop that I thought would be a lot better, and it didn't work. I had to sand it off 3 times, and that affected the outcome. The color that I ended up putting on both of them went on really good on the smaller set, but on that big set it went on dark and just doesn't look natural at all, even close. But I mean, it is what it is. The tine restoration actually went really good. You couldn't tell which tines I repaired, but the color, have to keep trying some different stuff. But if anybody's interested in the process, I can go over what I used and what worked and what didn't work, and I can make a video out of that. But anyway, catch you later.